Good afternoon. This is Little Creations for the Cricut, and I'm Crystal. And today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on a folded flower. I've already cut all of my material out, and one of the things that I cut was a 9-inch border that I used a SVG border off of my Make the Cut software. And I cut it at 9 inches, and then I went ahead and scored in between each individual scallop. Okay? One thing that I also did with it was I inked it all the way around, and I already did that on this one, so I'm going to go ahead and do that on the next one. Now these folded flowers are wonderful for using on cards or layouts. They're really, really cute, and I know that you'll just love the outcome. So I'm going to go ahead now and fold my other border here. You need 2 borders because you're going to be gluing them together. And when I fold it, I simply just do the mountain and the valley fold. This flower itself is going to be going on an Easter card that I'm doing for a friend of mine. The card tutorial is on my blog, and originally it was a birthday card, and I did that one, and I wanted to do a tutorial for you all, so then I made another one, and that video didn't come out so well, so now I'm doing a third, and I thought, you know what, it's Easter, and I have a great friend, so I'm going to make her an Easter card. So here we go. So I folded my border, and now I'm going to take my Color Box chalk ink in my dark, deep brown, and I'm going to simply distress or ink the edges. Very easy. I'm just going around like so. You can put as little or as much as you'd like. It's really your preference. It's up to you. So we're supposed to have 85-degree weather for Easter. So I'm very excited about that. We can all wear nice summery clothes to church. And the Lord has really been teaching me so much, my husband and I both, about the cross and the depth of it and what it meant when Jesus said it is finished. And it's just been a wonderful revelation. Okay, so I have my borders inked. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is glue one end to the other end like this to start the process. And I'm just using some wet adhesive craft glue. Not too much or it takes forever to dry. I'm sticking it on there. Now these can be a little tricky to put together sometimes when you start folding and gluing, and sometimes they just pop right out of my hand, so I have to hang on to them. Sorry. Okay, so now I'm going to glue this end. My 7-year-old is in here with me doing some schoolwork, so that pause of silence there was me answering a question for him. Okay, so we're going to let these sit for just a few seconds to dry, and I'm going to go ahead and work on another part of the flower. Now, the only way your flower will work is if you have something on the top and the bottom holding it together really well. So part of my card is a cute little sentiment on the front that says thinking of you, and I'm actually going to be using, whoops, this is backwards, my Color Box inks in a really pretty metallicized blue. And I'm going to be doing the same thing with inking the edge of it, making it really pretty in blue. Inking adds so much. If you've never done it, I would encourage you to. I don't have a distress sponge or anything at this moment, so I'm just using a dry baby wipe that I'm dabbing a little bit of ink on, folding it over so it's not so strong, and then simply distressing my piece. It works really well actually, but I do need to go ahead and get a sponge. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is use my little sediment here, which is just, it says thinking of you. I am brand new to stamping. I don't have a lot of stamps. I am in great need of stamps. So I didn't have an Easter stamp or anything like that, so I was thinking of her when I made this card, so that's what I'm doing. So let's go 1, 2, 3. That's good. Oh, perfect. I love it when it comes out. Perfect. Okay, so I have that done. And then this, you're really not going to see because it's going to be on the bottom end, but I'm just going to go ahead and ink the edges, just in case they see the edge. Okay, so we're done with that. Okay, and I have my glue dots here ready to assemble. Now we come back to our border with our flowers, and remember we want the scallop to be facing the outside. So I put them upside down so that they're on the table, and I kind of try to start folding. This is when it gets tricky. Start folding all this together. It may take me a time or two. Okay. Ah. Well, your goal is to, which I didn't do, your goal is to try to get it to, okay. Now what you want to do is very carefully smush it flat, just like that. Hey, it worked. To make this flower. Now here is the even trickier part. Holding it together while you place a glue dot. I believe these are the, let's see, I think they're the 1/2 inch glue dots. Yeah. And I just got one on my ruler. So they're 1/2 inch glue dots. So I take my 1/2 inch glue dot, and while holding my flower very steady, hope you can see that, while holding my flower, I'm going to place a glue dot right there, right in the middle. Okay, now that's not the end, it's not holding it completely. So now I take my bottom piece and I'm going to place 2 glue dots on my bottom piece. This looks a little harder than it actually is, so if I had 4 hands it would work very well. Okay, so now I have this, and I just simply place it on the back. This is the back of my flower. Oops, I bent my flower a little bit. Place on the back of my flower. Now I'm going to flip it, and you still want to hold it because this bottom or the opposite side can fly open very easily. So I'm going to hold it and again apply a glue dot to the center. There we go. Now I can let it go because it's got a pretty good hold on it, and add 2 glue dots to my sediment here. Now it's kind of come open a little bit. I can squeeze it in if I want to, but I kind of like it open because it gives it more of a slant. So now I'm just going to add my sediment. Make sure it's on there pretty good. And voila! I have my folded fan flower. I hope you liked it, and I hope you enjoyed the card tutorial also. Thank you. God bless. Have a wonderful Easter. And remember, when Jesus said it is finished, it meant everything. It meant that we can walk in victory in His love and be blessed and live an abundant life in His kingdom. So thank you, and God bless. Bye.